going in this season. As always, has been an absolute here, and I'd like to thank us guys, Logan and Chris.
On a pretty hot Sunday afternoon, the season finale here at DeKalb County United. We're at the NIU Soccer Complex here in DeKalb. It's Bavarians here being hosted for the final time in 2025. United playing their final game at home or away. 86 degrees is the game time temperature with 75% humidity, so it's in the 90s. We expect a couple of hydration breaks, probably about the 22nd minute of the first half and the 70th minute of the second half, maybe more depending on how hot it really gets. United in their green with white numerals and trim jerseys, combination gray and light gray socks and shorts. Bavarians all in blue with white numerals and trims. Trim Bavarians going from left to right on your screen. United going from right to left. Welcome, everybody, to the season finale. Brian Martin with you on a very hot and humid Sunday afternoon here in DeKalb, Illinois. And we're just about ready to get kickoff. United have won the toss. They have elected to kick off. We'll get you the starting lineups first for Bavarians. In goal, number 1, Frankie Pinto. And then number 12 is Calvin Hess. Number 18 is Ryan Berghauer. Number 6, A.J. Wild. Number 5, Jacob Unger. Number 4, Jake Stryker. Number 13, Mateo Stoka. Number 19, Matthew Klon. Number 8, Jonathan Herrera. Number 16, Mitchell Dryden. And number 10, Lucas Nessus. Bavarians have Wild passing on the far side to number 18, that's Berghauer. United in goal for the 7th straight game is number 31, Lucas Ortiz. The back line, the center backs are number 18, Baylor Deneau, number 27, Liam O'Donoghue. The fullbacks are number 42, Ardit Abdullahi, and number 25, Trey Gora. In the midfield, it's number 3, Luke Knotts, number 33, Tyler Vallette, and number 2, Joey Rodino. And up front, number 37, Ian Ferguson, number 87, Martin Montoya, and number 17, the striker, is Rory Carlson. We're in the game's second minute, and little to no action here on a hot day. We're probably not going to see a whole lot of speed and fluid end-to-end soccer. I expect this one will be a low-scoring match as United play the ball all the way back. Tracking back for it is A.J. Wild, number 6, for Bavarians playing at the right-back position. United coming off a disappointing and relegation-inducing loss. And the ball going off of out of play on the near side, down on the near side, but over the byline for a corner kick. It'll be the first one of the game for Bavarians. A 4-0 loss at RWB Adria that cinched relegation to the second division for 2026 for United. Now, one would think that would be a sad time as number 13, Mateo Stoka, gets ready to take the kick here to my right. To the left of goal, Lucas Ortiz playing just a yard or so off his line. Ball is headed around by number 18, that's Ryan Berghauer, but he heads it way far away from everyone. The Bavarians will have to recycle. Yes, it's disappointing and sad to be relegated, especially since an 0-5 start really put us behind the 8 ball as that ball goes out of play off of Bavarians for a goal kick. But not all is lost. We're going to see some old friends next year. We're going to see Rockford FC. We're going to see Steel City FC. We're going to see Edgewater Castle FC. And more than anything, seeing old friends and having them come here and us go there and getting a chance to renew some old rivalries that for the last 2 years we have not been able to renew. There's also the beauty of winning what will essentially be 18 points from the 6 matches we'll play against those guys. So we're waiting for those 18 delicious points that those guys will provide for us next year. So we are salivating at the chance of going down. And if you consider that trash talking to the fans of Edgewater Castle and Steel City and Rockford FC, of course it's trash talking. We're getting ready for next year. We're getting you prepped and ready to go, prepped for a season of fun and action in the second division. So we will take our relegation in stride and with pride and make sure that we do the best next year to get back here amongst the Bavarians and the RWB Adrias of this world. So 2026 will be an interesting and hopefully very exciting season for us all. All of that remains to be seen as the ball has been bouncing around a little bit out there. We're back to live action. United have a throw-in on the far side. Comes into Martin Montoya. Ball bounces around and deflects off of a couple people. Bavarians control and comes all the way back here to Frankie Pinto, who is probably, I don't know what extra kits the goalkeepers have for Bavarians, so he may not have a whole lot of choice. But if I'm Bavarian's kit manager, I'm really hoping that you reconsider the all-black goalkeeper kit. On a day like today, he's the only player that's not playing in a reflective color. All black. He will definitely lose a few ounces of fluid over the course of the match. United have the ball now. Trying to slide the ball inside, and that ball is taken down, and that's Ardit Abdullahi, number 42, taken down, and a card. There's an early card. Don't know on whom that will be, but a card was issued here in the game's 6th minute. He was just pulled down. He had gotten away from his defender, and the defender just reached out and grabbed him and almost threw him down. And so I understand the yellow card. It's a little early for one, but we'll take it. Referee marching off the 10 yards. He apparently does not have the magic spray. And United set up to the left of goal, about 45-degree angle, some 40 yards from goal. Ball gets looped in toward the far post. It's up in the air, and it's in, and it's either off Liam O'Donoghue, but they're going to call it offside, and that will chalk that goal off. And so once again, United have an early goal chalked off to offside. I'm not so sure. From here, you can't tell the angle. The assistant referee on the far side had the flag up, but it was either O'Donoghue or Ian Ferguson. They were both there. I think it might have been Ferguson that put the ball in the net, as United now cycle back around. But just shades of the game against Green Bay, in which we had the opener 4 or 5 minutes in the game, just like today, and it's chalked off for offside. Hopefully, like the last match, we'll have a photograph that will show that the call was wrong. Not that it helps at this point, but that visual evidence that you can send to the league's office to say your folks need to really review the rule book is always helpful. I blame the existence of VAR for some of this, because when you don't have it, you better be right on your call, because there's no chance to go back and fix the mistake. And some of these get called, well, it looked like he was offside, or it looked like his toe was offside. It really isn't about what it looked like. It's about what you saw and what it actually was. And we're not sure about that last one, but I can complain all I want. I'm in mid-season form here, ladies and gentlemen. United have it again. This is going to be Ian Ferguson. Gets past one. Gets to Rory Carlson, number 17, tripped up a little bit. Referee says nothing coming from that. Nothing from it. For those of you who have not been watching the Women's European Championships that have been on Fox television, England finally won a penalty shootout this afternoon. It was the women who did it. Well, the other two don't count. England win a penalty shootout in a final over Spain, and they are the 2025 European champions. As the ladies in England are like the ladies here in the United States. They seem to be doing the Lions' work, if I may, of earning championships. Ball is way out there on the far side. Abdullahi will scoop it up and get it to Liam O'Donoghue, number 27. And looking into the midfield for Ian Ferguson, but the pass goes astray. It bounces around. Ferguson tries to reconnect. Doesn't get it. Bavarians lay it off. That's number 8, Jonathan Herrera. Herrera lays it off down in the corner looking for number 16, Mitchell Dryden. Dryden hasn't, goes down in a crunching heap on a cynical challenge by Luke Knotts. And let's see, the referee heading over to Mr. Knotts. Is he going to get a yellow, or is it just going to be a stern talking to? It's a stern talking to. far down in the officials' book of things players actually worry about. So this will be number 13. That is Mateo Stoka taking the free kick. Luke Knotts setting up a one-man wall 10 yards away. Stoka 13 and trying to see who else is there nearby lurking on the free kick. Stoka's arms up. That's Herrera. He hits a low line drive across the face of the goal. It comes back to the top of the penalty area to number 4. That's Jake Stryker. Gets it on the left-hand side, looking for a shot blocked away by United. He's tried to turn the corner and shoot, and the ball gets headed around a couple of times. Out heading now. And United finally control it and get up here on the near side. For number 87, Martin Montoya pushed around a little bit and out of play off Bavarians. It'll be a United throw-in on the near side, right in front of head coach P.J. Hamilton, who is who has thus far in the contest been has had no need to be demonstrative, but he will be if he needs to be. This is Dryden. Put a foot in, and then Montoya takes the steal, and United have numbers. It's 4-on-4. Montoya has Ferguson on his left. He gets the trailer. That's Rory Carlson, who fumbles the pass at his feet. That allows Bavarians to close up and close ranks, and back to Baylor Deneau. United will start it all over again as Liam O'Donoghue has it. Pressed hard by Lucas Nestus. And it's going to be Abdullahi on the far side, overlapping out of his right back position, and then coming back to the center circle. And Trey Gora, number 25, finding Rory Carlson on the left wing. Now back to Deneau, and into the middle, pushed in the back is Luke Knotts, as Bavarians playing backyard soccer here with a little bit of rough stuff. Knotts lines up for the free kick and slides a real weak little pass in there. Carlson now back to Knotts in the midfield. He's got some time. He's got some room. He's got some space. He's looking on the far side and not there. No runner. No runner on the end of that. And that chance goes wasted, as he was looking for a runner across the down the wing, and it never happened. This will be A.J. Wild, number 6. For Bavarians. Slides a ball through. Quick give and go to number 12. That is Calvin Hess. And then to the middle of the field, where Liam O'Donoghue gets it forward to Tyler Villette. Villette has Carlson on his left-hand side, racing down the left side. He has it. He's going to try and take on one man. Now passes back to Martin Montoya. And Montoya dribbles around, gets loose, gets it to Carlson on the wing. Carlson chipping toward the back post. And right there is Joey Rodino, who puts it over the bar by about a yard on the volley. But he got his leg under it. It went sailing over the bar. First clear scoring chance for either side, except for the offside call. But still no shots on goal for either team. Bavarians now coming through the center of the park. It's Herrera. Now it's actually Herrera here on the near side. Herrera trying to cross back across the face of goal. Baylor Deneau heads it away. Comes loose to Luke Knotts. Knotts toe taps to himself. Gets the ball on the near side to Baylor Deneau, who cycles back to his goalkeeper, Lucas Ortiz, and then back out to Liam O'Donoghue, and then all the way out on the far right side to Abdullahi. I'm going to get his name wrong a million times, and I don't know why. That's Tyler Villette, number 33, and now Liam O'Donoghue. Bypasses Villette in a quick 1-2 pass. Rory Carlson here on the near side. It's to him. He had to stop and wait for the ball to come to him instead of the ball being led on to him. He goes in the middle of the park, and it's intercepted by Bavarians. Number 13, Mateo Stoka, has it there. As number 10, Lucas Nestus has it. Nestus with the ball again. Stoka. Now back into the defense, and on the near side to A.J. Wild. Number 6. This will be Dryden. To number 19, that's Matthew Klon. Hopefully we're getting all these names right for Bavarians. We're doing the best we can. It seemed pretty simple, but, Klann sounds like Klan to me. And if it's wrong, apologies to the Klan or clan family, as the case may be. This is Jake Stryker, a defender. You'd think he'd be up front with a name like that.
One of those days, is it, Ryan?
It is going to be one of those days. It's hot. It's humid.
Okay,
We've been relegated. I mean, really, and we're facing a team that coming into this game, we have drawn twice and lost 6 times. The only 2 draws we've got, however, were in 2023 and 2024. So we have taken at least a point from these guys the last 2 years after many years of walking away completely empty-handed. So the draws were July 8th, 2023. It was a 3-3 draw. That was a great game. I remember that one vividly. And the 2-2 in DeKalb was drawn on a goal in the 86th minute by United that salvaged a point last year. Long drive and off the outside of the post and out of play. It'll be a goal kick. Ortiz dove for it, but the ball curled ever so slightly and took the outside of the post and clipped it on its way to the to out of play over the byline. It'll be a goal kick for United.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, as many of you will know, the halftime we normally have the kids kickabout. We will still be doing that, but we will also have a little bit of an extra special celebration, and we would like you all to.
Baylor Deneau on the near side. He's got Carlson in front of him. Goes back the other way. It's out of play. Referee is saying it's off of number 6, A.J. Wild, and it'll be a throw-in for United here on the near side, right in front of P.J., well, right next to P.J. Hamilton. Carlson is being grabbed and bear-hugged. Actually, he was being held in the same way that CEO was holding on to his lady friend the other day in the Titanic pose. If we'd have had a kiss cam, they would have been highly embarrassed by that moment. I think I may have killed our PA guy. Always pay attention when the man has water bottle to face before making a joke. All right, back to live action. We are in the game's 17th minute here. Hard to read the scoreboard on a bright, sunshiny day. It's very bright. Used to doing these at 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun's not directly on the scoreboard, but we are 17th minute here. Bavarians have the ball again. This one coming back to number 19, Matthew Klan. Both teams have listed 7 substitutes for this afternoon's match. There's a more of a free-flowing substitution rule here in this league. Ball goes through the middle, and the long shot blocked away by Liam O'Donoghue. Another block for United. After a little tap give and go. There was an opening for like 5 seconds, and O'Donoghue closed it down and blocked the shot all the way back into the central midfield. Now Bavarians trying to recycle. They've had most of the play this afternoon. But as any Spurs fan will tell you, it's not about the possession. It's about how many times you put the ball in the back of the net. And for those of you who are true soccer fans, you probably don't need to be told this, but for those of you who are sort of casual fans of the game, the European season begins this weekend as the lower divisions, the Championship, League One and League Two, in England all begin play. They have each have 24 teams. Their schedules are 46 matches between July and May. Lots and lots of soccer. So they start about 2 weeks before the Premier League, which only has 20 teams. Premier League soccer starts in 2 weeks. As does La Liga in Spain, Ligue 1 in France, the Eredivisie in the Netherlands, the Bundesliga, Serie A, long cross to the back post with no one home, and Joey Rodino's going to let that ball just glide on out of play for a throw-in on the far side, level with the top of the penalty area. So soccer is coming back in a big way. One of the things to look for this season is all the teams that came over here to America to compete in the FIFA World Club Cup How will they do? They had virtually no time off this summer, and they're used to having that 11 or 12 weeks between the end of the seasons in May and the beginning of the seasons at the end of July, early August. So we'll see if teams like PSG, Chelsea, who went the furthest in that tournament, see how that affects them going into the coming season. It's similar to, for those clubs, it's similar to when the World Cup will interfere with soccer as it will next summer and have many of the world's great stars playing throughout the month of July in sweltering U.S. and Mexican heat, as the U.S., Mexico, and Canada will be hosting the greatest tournament in the world. And that's not just me saying it, it truly is. It's a spectacle. Ball sliding through, but cut out nicely by Trey Gora, who cut inside the attacker and knocked the ball out of play. It'll be a throw-in. The World Cup is truly, if you haven't seen World Cup matches ever, watch them next summer, because you will see some amazing matches. You'll see some great storylines. You'll see the odd upset or two. There's always one or two teams that advance to the knockout stages that no one saw coming. We'll see what happens. The U.S. is guaranteed a spot in the tournament, as are Canada and Mexico, as the World Cup format expands to 48 teams in this next version. So it'll be 12 4-team groups instead of the usual 12. And that means fewer second-place teams advancing. Ball is tapped in at the far side by number 5. That's Jacob Unger. First time we've mentioned his name, and the ball goes out of play over the byline for another goal kick. In the game's 21st minute of play here in DeKalb, 86 degrees, 75% humidity. I'm guessing the field is like temperatures probably in the 90s.
If anybody else wants to shout out, say hello, just tag us. Dr. Ben's been an ever-present. We love your support, Dr. Ben.
And we've got to put a shout out to Faye, our game day coordinator, who delivered to Nick and I just before the match started our own individual bag of fun-sized 100 grand bars for Nick and my favorite Milky Ways. Thank you, Faye. We're all volunteers here, but in our own way and in many ways, the club does little tiny things for all of us throughout the course of the season that doesn't cost them much, but it certainly lets them show their appreciation for the work that we're all doing. The folks that are out there hawking merchandise and doing game day ops in the sun, they're suffering more than Nick and I are in this enclosed, air-conditioned press box. But yeah.
Too old for that, John Hall. Too old.
This is the end of season number 7. Year number 8, we lost, of course, the 2020 season to COVID. That's intercepted there almost on the near side. Danu almost gave it away. It's bouncing around, and nobody's collecting the ball yet. And coming away with a slight knock is Luke Knotts. And there's a hold and a tug. That's got to be something. And he gave the foul quickly, and then United take the kick. It's Rory Carlson here on the left side. One-on-one, he's looking to get around his man. He kind of does, and he crosses back across the middle of the goal, and nobody was there as there was a slight bobble there by the player in the middle of the park, and that cost them. And the ball is headed back toward Carlson. If he can go to get it in the corner, and he can't, it'll be out off of Bavarians for a throw-in. United had a goal in the 5th minute, chalked off to offside. Bavarians have not had a shot on goal. United have not had a shot on goal. Bavarians have had most of the possession in this half, but United have had 2 really good scoring chances, one that was called for offside, one that just went over the bar on a volley, and another hold from behind by Bavarians. Danu crosses. The keeper has to parry away. At the back post, it's Abdullahi turning, looking for room. It's now to Villette. Gives off to Liam O'Donoghue and fires right at the keeper. Not 2 shots in a row, but the first 2 shots on goal in the game. The first one parried away by the keeper, and then it came back to O'Donoghue, fired from long range. United have had 3 long-distance bombs that they've scored this year. Josh Squires in the last game against Green Bay here scored from right at the top of the penalty area from 18 yards out, an absolute laser beam. And we forgot to mention it at the time in the excitement because it was the second goal of what we were hoping would be a 3-goal comeback. That Squire's goal was the 200th goal in all competitions for the men's team since their founding. And since we did not score against Adria on Tuesday night, we are still on 200. Surprisingly, after all the soccer we've played, we've scored 200 and given up 214. So not really getting blown out by any means overall in our history. Had a couple of blowout games, but we've had a couple ourselves, and out off the over the byline, it'll be out off of Bavarians, and that'll be a goal kick for United. So 200 goals. That was Josh.
Just a little hydration break, nothing to panic about, but take a break to the break and play to hydrate yourselves.
We are headed for a hydration break here in
But not Scarlett so much, but the rest of the family, lovely to have you here.
as yours truly takes a small hydration break. And while we have this moment, let's refresh you on where the teams are as of this afternoon. Bavarians currently stand in third place in the first division. They have won 5, drawn 2, lost 3. They have 17 points. Their goal differential is plus 15. They've scored 28, conceded 13. United are currently in 6th place in the first division. That will be their guaranteed spot. They have guaranteed relegation into the second division for 2026. 4 wins, no draws, 7 losses for 12 points and a goal differential of minus 14, scoring 20 and conceding 34. Our last match against Bavarians was back on May 24th in Milwaukee, and that was a 3-0 loss. That was part of that 0-5. That's part of that 0-5 start in the league.
Can you give me a wave if you haven't yet collapsed? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's all I'm going to ask you to do.
0-5 start in the league that kind of doomed the season. Those 4 wins in a row gave us some hope, but have lost 2 again since then, and the relegation now is on. Bavarians still have 1 match left after this afternoon. It will be against AFC Roscoe up in Milwaukee, and that will be on August 2nd. And also today, this match is probably completed. Charny Yazwo was at AFC Roscoe. The match started at noon. We don't have a score on that one. But Yazwo looking for their first points of the season. They are 0-10 coming into this afternoon's match. In the title race, this is a biggie. In the title race, it is Chicago House and RWB Adria, each on 23 points. Adria has the tiebreaker in which they got a draw and a win against Bavarians, so that gives them the tiebreaker. And House plays Charny Yazwo on August 2nd. Adria has a game against Green Bay coming up that was postponed and now has to be rescheduled. I wouldn't be surprised if Adria waits to reschedule the game until after the result of the Chicago House game is known, because if House wins, Adria has to play the game and they have to win the first division. If House loses, Adria doesn't need to reschedule the game. They can take a forfeit because they will have won the division by virtue of the tiebreaker. So it wouldn't surprise me if Adria is holding off on even scheduling a game because it may not be necessary. And there's no point in having Green Bay drive all the way down to Chicago for a match that might not need to happen. Because if House wins, Adria has to play the game to win the first division. We're not going alone because Charny Yazwo is also. Surprise me if Adria is holding off and scheduling the game because it may not be necessary. Head out of play for a throw-in. We will see Edgewater Castle twice and Rockford FC twice. I would imagine that one of those games against Rockford FC will be also designated as the 8-1.
Fixer.
Card coming to AJ Wild. Come on, man.
Should be good charge.
It's not connected.
So again, folks are having just a few little technical difficulties. I, of course, am
Mike's good now.
Well, we're gonna have to roll to the game, and then we'll be Please don't be concerned if your favorite league is so bizarre they will be up again.
Little thing that's connected to our camera system up top is wireless. So I would imagine heat and humidity might actually affect the wireless connection. I don't know. I'm not a tech person. That's why they give these things to other people, and I just sit here and say stuff. So we are in the 36th minute of the game, still scoreless. Shots on goal are, I believe, 2 apiece, 2-1 in favor of United. Bavarians have had most of the possession for the game. They got a long shot here, and it's curled up. That is number 14, Stephen Thomas, another shot for Bavarians, their second of the game. And Ortiz has to dive to his left and cover it up. United still looking for the first opportunity in a while. And again, United give it away with really no good reason on the far side, crossing into the center. And the cross is scooped out by Ortiz and gets it to Rory Carlson here on the left side with lots of space and lots of time. Gets the ball to Montoya. And then back in the center to Villette. And he's dispossessed, but he turns around and gets it back. Gets here on the near side to Carlson, chipping ahead for a teammate. That will be Ian Ferguson, number 37, and taken away by goalkeeper Frankie Pinto to number 37. 37? I don't see a 37. Maybe I read the number wrong. That's okay. Number 3 is Brayon Sarvis on that side. To number 6, A.J. Wild, who got a card a few minutes ago, right out of the hydration break. 21 is Alan Wild. I'm assuming brothers. I may be assuming wrong. I'm sure the Wild family will be sure to comment on the YouTube channel if I'm wrong. If they're caring, if they even bother, if they even care. So Bavarians content to just kick it around the park for right now. Alan Wild here on the near side, pressed ever so slightly by Rory Carlson, number. Berghauer again give and go back to 17, and it's going to be out of play as Teddy Gibault puts it out of play, and there'll be substitutions for United. Number 7, Jack Bonavia, and number 90, Carter Adams coming into the game for United. And coming out, looks like it's might be Rory Carlson's one side, and the other substitution, number 88, Katai. So it's like Rory Carlson's coming out. Ian Ferguson is out. Martin Montoya remains out on the pitch. 7 substitutions. You're not going to be able to sub for everybody, so you got to just know who your most fit players are who can take on the full 90 if they need to. And this is Taylor Sowell now on the far side. Ahead to Katai on the right wing. He gets around. He's got A.J. Wild to beat. He's got Martin Montoya on his left. Stutter step dribble, comes down to the byline, fires at the goalkeeper, and it dribbles away, and Montoya starts to close the gap. It's a shot on goal and a save. Katai with one of the, I think that's the first shot he's had that was on goal, on the run at a very, very impossible angle, but it was spilled ever so briefly, but Montoya couldn't get there before goalkeeper Frankie Pinto fell on it and corralled it and stopped the game, stopped the play in its tracks. In the game's 39th minute of play. A hot and sweltering summer day here in DeKalb. Hottest day of the season so far. And actually 86 degrees isn't too bad, but that 75% humidity is the killer today. And according to the local meteorologists the other night on TV, part of what's causing the problem, at least here in DeKalb, DeKalb County, is what they call corn sweat. Because the corn now is starting to grow inside the husks of the corn plants, and when they do that, it's called transhydroevaporation. I actually remembered that. I wrote it down and I memorized it. Transhydroevaporation, in which the corn gives off water, and sort of as it grows, it gives off water as part of its process, and that water goes into the air and makes the humidity that we feel. Because there are other parts of the Midwest where they grow wheat where they're not getting that, and the ball is headed out now, the center off the corner kick. I give credit for corner kick there. It's the second of the game, and it's over here on the near side to AJ Wild. He's going to chip in toward the penalty area. There's some people there trying to head the ball and finally head it out, and they're calling offside on Bavarians on that play, not out of play off of United. So free kick instead of a corner kick, because that was last played by number 89, Nolan Getzinger. It's Getzinger. I know. Nice little toe drag. Evades one defender. Katai spins. Can he find his man up the sideline? He tries and gets it too far for Getzinger, who on a day like today is definitely not going to be trying to chase that ball down. These passes have got to be almost pinpoint perfect because no one's going to expend the energy to track them down over a 20-yard run. Over the years that we've had these hot weather games, they've been kind of what we're seeing now. The players are somewhat walking the ball up in some fashion, not really playing at full tilt, saving everything in the first half so they can be ready to go in the second half. And Katai with a steal off of, he's on the left-hand side. He's going to try to make his move. He comes to the outside. He turns and fires. It's blocked. I believe you can, with Katai, you can literally put you can take a black magic marker and just fill in the box where it says assist, because you won't see one.
This is going in.
I want him to prove me wrong. I really do. And Adams slips down. You'd say, well, Brian, this is a poly surface, artificial surface. Yes, but it can get wet and damp like grass. I believe you can. I believe with Katai, you can literally put you can take a black magic marker and just fill in. Turning. So you can't. Well, that was Villette turning. So the studs that you're wearing on this surface are not the same as you would wear on grass. And so you could be prone to slipping if there are wet patches. There won't be many, but when they're there, they almost seem to find players. O'Donohue chipping from long distance, chested down, looking to make the good play with his back turned to the goal was Bonavia, now down in a heap, fouled by Taylor Sowell. In the game's 43rd minute of play here in DeKalb. Still scoreless. Shots on goal. 3 for United, 2 for Bavarians. Bavarians have 2 corner kicks. United have not had one yet. Looking to tip it ahead will be Alan Wild. Trying to keep it in, and he does, but it's off of Adams. It's a throw in here on the near side, just right next to PJ Hamilton and the coaching staff. I believe we were minus Matt Marchiori, the goalkeeping coach, this afternoon. But United's resurgence did coincide almost directly with the insertion of Lucas Ortiz in goal in place of Austin Waite, who is a named substitute this afternoon, should he be needed to be pressed into service. Ball is headed around, finally trips down. Now Bonavia has it, trying to weave through defenders, gets it to Villette. Villette gets it to Martin Montoya, and Montoya finds Getzinger. Getzinger gets around one man, and a nice, beautiful tackle by number 18, Ryan Berghauer, after Getzinger tried to go around him on a nice pass with his jersey being pulled even. Ball tried to be dribbled in the middle of the park.
Where he is now, perfect.
Pressing is United, but not much. Just because of the heat and humidity this afternoon. Long ball looking ahead. O'Donohue chests it down ever so slightly, and Lucas Ortiz comes 18 yards off his line and punts it all the way down looking for Katai. Doesn't find him, but Martin Montoya controls and gives it to Katai on the right-hand side. Katai with one man to beat. He dribbles. Now he's got three men on him. He gets across to Bonavia. Bonavia drops the pass off to Taylor Soul, who turns and spins a couple of times. Can't lose his marker, who keeps grabbing an arm, and it's this grabbing stuff that's driving me crazy. Long ball in toward the back of the post, and doesn't get there, and Bonavia watches it as it goes out of play off of United, and the referee is letting arm holding and shirt grabbing just go under the guise of advantage. I don't see how when you turn a player's body by pulling on it that he has an advantage at that point. Just because the ball's at his feet, his route is being disrupted. There's no advantage to be gained there. You don't call that if it's Lionel Messi and you know he's going to break out of that and wind up scoring the goal anyway. At this level, you don't referee these guys like they're Lionel Messi. You assume that when their route is interrupted with a play like that their route is interrupted and you call the foul and award the free kick. I'd rather see the free kick. That's more dangerous. Ball ahead. It's Carlson. Oh, took a deflection off a defensive player, and that put him back on side. The referee's assistant was looking to raise the flag, and then the deflection came, and that accidentally played him on side again. That would have been a wonderful goal to see.
Reminder, folks, that last time we had that presentation, that we got that 15 minutes of kids kickabout. If they're feeling brave enough to get out there and get a little sweaty, if you want them to get out there and get a little sweaty.
This is Alan Wild on the near side for Bavarians.
Not sure who's in those caps, but
And again, here in the games, we've now gone into, we've got some stoppage time coming. We've not been alerted as to how much stoppage time. The clock ran into the 46th minute officially. 4 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the referee's very Larrison's assistant is indicating a minimum.
A minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. Four chances for 4 minutes for a chance for United to get ahead. Looking for Katai. Oh, and the ball again too far. United trying to get these through balls through and could not get it. Missed Katai by 4 yards, and he was not able to sprint after that one, nor should he on a day like today. Today is a day for pinpoint perfect passing, especially on balls like that. It's got to be right in the player's path or one he can run onto naturally, not one he's going to have to run onto with extra effort. There is just not enough energy available in these legs for extra effort today. Bavarians now trying to make something out of this, these extra 4 minutes. A slide tackle, beautifully done. It's Liam O'Donoghue with a beautiful tackle. And now Katai trying to outrace. This is Berghauer. And Berghauer does get it back to the keeper. Katai continues to put the pressure on. Wild now pressed a little bit by Bonavia, number 7. Now on the far side. United had a counterattack there just ever so briefly. But again, a little too far for Katai. This is A.J. Wild with Alan Wild, number 21, over here on the near side, right almost in front of me. And my vantage point here in the press box. And stolen away by Bonavia to Villette. Now on the left-hand side, here comes Getzinger. Down the right side, crossing, looking for Carter Adams. A little far for Carter and out of play for a goal kick. And once again, United have numbers, but I have a pass that goes nowhere near its intended target. And they'll come away with nothing as we are partway through, and it looks like that is the end of the first 45 minutes here in DeKalb with your score. DeKalb County United 0, Bavarians 0. 86 degrees, 75% humidity. It's been a warm one here, ladies and gentlemen. The teams are back out on the pitch. The referees are making their way to their spots on the pitch. United, again, in their green jerseys with white numerals and trim, in their two-tone gray socks and shorts, going from left to right in this second half. Bavarians in all blue with white numerals and trim will be going from right to left on your screen. The referees are in their yellow shirts, black shorts, and black socks. The goalkeepers, our good friend Lucas Ortiz is in his powder blue goalkeeper jersey. And for Bavarians, Frankie Pinto is in the solid black for his club.
Let's go DKCU.
Getting ready to start the second half. The referee has handed the ball over to Bavarians, who will kick off to start the second half. 0-0 is our score. Nothing happened in the first half of any major note. Couple of cards given out. The referee getting ready. He's signaling to both benches that he's ready to start. Signaling to both assistant referees to make sure they are ready to go. Making sure the assistant official on the near side is ready to go. He's writing down some information from PJ Hamilton. And we are about ready to begin. Second half is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Brian Martin with you on a hot and humid Sunday afternoon. The final Sunday afternoon, Sunday, as United looking to close out their season with a victory against a team we have never beaten. 2 draws and 6 losses in 8 competitions, and a corner kick as the ball is out of play off of United. And it'll go out in the corner over here to my left, to the right of goalkeeper Lucas Ortiz. In the game's 46th minute of play here in DeKalb. Glad you could join us. And thank you for joining us all season long, whether you watch during the match or sometime thereafter. We understand that some of the teams actually will watch our match. And there's a ball across to the back post, and it's headed away by Baylor Deneau. Ball comes back in, and it's kicked back out. Now Taylor Sowell has the ball. Chipped ahead looking for Katai, knocked out by A.J. Wild. Taylor Sowell spins out of a group of people and has the ball. He's got Katai in front of him, and he passes back so that United can recycle out of the back and back to Sowell here. Looking for Luke Knotts, but can't find him. And the ball comes all the way back to Frankie Pinto, the goalkeeper for Bavarians. This is Mateo Stoka. Loses the ball. This is Luke Knotts on his own, trying to go through the middle. Can't get around one man. He gets knocked away. It's Stoka again. This time on the near side to number 16, Mitchell Dryden. Dryden weaving through the center of the park. Leg in by Sowell. He can't get the ball as Dryden continues to carry. Then passes off on the right wing on the far side. Now back to Dryden in the central midfield. Now back here to number 4. That is Jake Stryker. Stryker going through the midfield with plenty of space and time, looking for a teammate who didn't arrive. Ball goes right straight to Lucas Ortiz, and rather than pick it up, he gives it to Liam O'Donohue, who comes out of the right wing spot and gets it up the field looking for Katai, but it slides across. Taken away. Now Katai has it here on the right side. Gets around one man. Katai racing down the side with one man to beat. That's A.J. Wild. He chips across the face of goal, and Bonavia can't get there. Katai with a good pass, but he was just a little bit ahead of Bonavia and a little slow, and Pinto was able to come off the line and corral it before Bonavia could tuck it home for the game's first goal. So United came ever so close to the first real good chance of the game for them. They had a goal chalked off in the first half for offside. That's a foul committed by number 89, Nolan Getzinger, who stays in the game. All of the first half subs stayed in to start the second half, and we're sure we'll see probably around, I'm guessing the 65th to 70th minute, we'll see all of the other guys come back to finish out the game, especially if the game remains scoreless and it goes all the way too far for number 12. That's Calvin Hess playing way up on the overlap on the right-hand side. And out of play for a goal kick for United. This will be Lucas Ortiz. He'll scan the field, see if he's got any outlets deep. And he's looking deep left side. It's going to be looking for Katai cutting across the field, but Katai doesn't get there, and the Bavarians have it. This is number 4. That is Jake Stryker. Now here on the near side to number 5, Jacob Unger. Unger back to number 3. That's Brayon Sarvis. Knocked away off the turnover, and now it's 3-on-3. United have a 3-on-3. Katai with men to his left and right. He finds the man on his right. That's Luke Knotts. Has the ball. The goalkeeper slips, and Knotts almost puts home, and the rebound is scored. A rebound goal, and United have scored to take a 1-0 lead. Knotts put it off the crossbar and across the face of goal. Can't see who that was. But that is a goal for United, and they have a 1-0 lead in the 50th minute of play. It might have been Bonavia. It might have been Bonavia.
49th minute of play. Opening goal of the afternoon. Score for DKCU by Jack Bonavia.
Bonavia with a goal. Knotts came down the right-hand side on the feed from Katai and put a shot that curled. He curled it, but it curled above goalkeeper Frankie Pinto and glanced off the crossbar, but glanced at an angle. So instead of coming back off the crossbar at full face, it went across the face of goal, and Bonavia was at the far post following up like a good forward should and put the ball home for the game's first goal. And United have a 1-0 lead. That may be one of the first leads United has ever had on this club ever. But this is Bavarians, 9-time amateur champions. They are not going quietly into that good night. Tripped outside the penalty area is number 16. That is Mitchell Dryden. And so Bavarians with a dangerous free kick now right outside the penalty area and a chance to get a free kick goal or some sort of play here in close to get the ball to level this score. So United have to play really solid defense here. Pay attention, mark your men, make sure the back post is covered. Ortiz is getting ready. The referee is set up where the 10-yard mark is. They're set up a 3-man wall covering the left-hand side of the goal as the kicker looks at it. Ortiz is satisfied that his wall's got that covered, and he'll shade toward his left, toward the right side of the goal. The free kick curls up, and it goes wide of the post. Ortiz did dive for it, but it's wide of the post by about 6 to 8 inches. And it's going to be a goal kick for United in the game's 52nd minute of play. As unbelievably, it is 1-0 United on a beautiful ball by Katai. And Katai, if you're listening, I take back what I said. That was a wonderful pass. Thank you, sir. He had 2 guys left and right. Bonavia was on his left, and Knotts was on his right, and he kept possession, and the defense kept backing up. So Katai kept his options open for as long as he could, till finally Knotts must have appeared out of the corner of his eye to have the better position. He got it to Knotts, who got the shot off, and as I said, it glanced off the goalpost, and instead of bouncing straight back into the field of play, went across the face of goal, and Bonavia had rushed to the back post where he should have been and tucked it home for the game's first and so far only goal. Great execution by Katai, holding that ball at the last minute. I mean, the defense kept backing up. They're waiting for someone to come help, but the help was about still 10 yards behind, so still basically 3-on-3. And Katai made the perfect choice. He probably would have been okay going to Bonavia, but turns out the choice to Knotts was even better. Knotts down along the byline looking for a ball, and Bavarians will put it out for a throw-in. And once again, United have come out in the second half, like they have the last few games in the second half, with a little sense of purpose. And those of you who've never met Coach P.J. Hamilton, he is truly one of the nicer guys you'll ever meet. I mean, really friendly to talk to, very knowledgeable about the game, very passionate about the game, don't get me wrong. But when he gets wound up, he lets it fly. He has no problem wearing his heart on his sleeve, and tonight he's been very calm. But I can guarantee you the conversation he had at halftime with the players was not a calm, gentle discussion about tactics. It's about, you have these guys potentially on the ropes, you're scoreless at halftime, you got 45 minutes to play for some pride, and they have done so thus far. I would be surprised to find that PJ was anything but fiery at halftime. and it's taken away by Bavarians. This is Rodino. Now it's Getzinger getting his foot in there and kind of creating some difficulties. AJ Wild with it. He holds, looking for an outlet. He's got someone behind him. Ooh, that was Getzinger trying to get a foot in and knock the ball away. It went back to the goalkeeper. That's Frankie Pinto. Keep for a ball ahead. They're going to try and get it over there, and United cut that out and played terrific defense on that side. That's Carter Adams playing terrific defense coming back to get that ball out. And this is Taylor Soule in the midfield as he turns on his man and fires a ball in toward Getzinger near the center circle. It bounces around. Getzinger gets a foot in and taps it to Zach Heitkemper. Heitkemper, he's got Katai onside, all alone, one man to beat. He taps it off his foot, and out it goes, and it's out of play, and they're going to call that out off of Katai, who felt a little aggrieved on that one, but it was a shoulder charge. I mean, shoulder charge is legal. Now Bavarians come back the other way. This is number 5, Jacob Unger on this side. Spins and turns and breaks through the defense, and the ball comes across. It deflects off a Bavarians player coming in from the behind and goes just wide of the goal. And they're saying it went off a United defender for another corner kick for Bavarians. They're 4th of the game. United still do not have a corner kick. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's 1-0 where it counts on the scoreboard. Long ball, back post. Ortiz jumps for it. It goes over his outstretched arm, but it never touched it. So it's a goal kick for United in the game's 56th minute. Soccer, like American football, is a game where the statistics can be very, very misleading. If you took the score lines off of some stats on some games involving really powerful teams, and you just said, tell me who won this game. There's a lot of games where the powerful team has 25 shots, 15 shots on goal, 80% possession. You know, they've committed virtually no fouls. They've had 12 corner kicks, and they lose 1-0. So soccer stats, not necessarily the tail of the tape. It's a foul, and we got an elbow in there, and Taylor Soule a little unhappy with the call against him, and there'll be a free kick, dead center of the goal, about 45 yards, 40-plus yards, 35 yards plus from the goal that Bavarians will take. This is going to be Mateo Stoka taking it from straight away, and he gets it here on the left wing to number 20. That's Adrian Serdal. Serdal with 2 men on him, tries to turn, fires back toward the middle of the park, and blocked away again by United and kicked out. It comes to Katai. He's 1-on-3, but it gets knocked away from him, and United just kick it all the way up as Katai comes racing over for it. He's got AJ Wild. The ball bounces funny, and Katai gets the ball. Wild kind of knocks him off the ball with a short elbow to the back. It's Serdal again. It's back to United, headed down, and finally controlled. Gets it to Luke Knotts, who has the ball taken away. Now through the center of the park. This will be Liam O'Donoghue calling off his teammates so he can go get the ball by himself. He gets it all on the left-hand side to Carter Adams now. He's got a little space and a little time. He's pressed a little bit by number 10. That is Lucas Nestus, or Nesthus, Nesthus. Katai in the ball. Way too tall for Katai. He's a tall drink of water, but he's not that tall. He would have had to climb a couple of ladders to go get that one. And so Luke Wild AJ Wild number 5. That would be Jacob Unger on this side with a throw in. Ball comes straight to you. Bavarians player rebounds to Heitkemper, gets it to Liam O'Donoghue, slides it across to Carter Adams, number 90. Adams chipping ahead, looking for Katai in the middle of the park. He has it, but it goes off Katai's shin guard, and Katai comes back and wrestles for it, gets possession of the ball, and the ball goes out of play off of a Bavarians player. And that makes it a throw-in for United on the far side near the center stripe in the Bavarians half of the field. 59th minute of play. United 1, Bavarians 0. Katai again has it. He's hawked from behind. Now he does the hawking. Takes the ball away. Has it down in the corner. Still going and taken down. That's a foul on Bavarians. And it's a sharp angle foul to the right of goalkeeper Frankie Pinto. And United will have it. It's about a 25-degree angle. So it's an angle you could shoot straight at goal if you needed to or wanted to. This will be Taylor Sowell and Carter Adams over there. Looks like Adams will take the free kick. Bavarians setting up a two-man wall a little too close. The referee's going to haul them back to their 10-yard spot. And it's about 30 yards to the right of goal, about 25-degree angle. Two-man wall for Bavarians out there. Adams. Low line drive in the middle of everything. Katai has it at his feet. He turns around. He does tries the bicycle kick. Ball goes off and it's a foul on United in the penalty area, and it's against United. So it'll be Bavarians with the free kick out of their own goal area, or their own penalty area. I think Katai pushed off as he tried to turn around for the bicycle kick. And when that failed and he turned around, he pushed the player and knocked him down. Would have been a heck of a goal if he'd have been able to pull that off. Which could be said of any goal that doesn't work, that in which someone's trying something magical. This is a long shot. Nice save. As Adrian Serdil took the ball on the right-hand side and fired across his body. So Lucas Ortiz had to dive to his right to come back for it and covered it up for the save, and United have the ball. Jack Bonavia gets a foot in. Bavarians are just hawking the ball at every chance. They're just all over it, just relentlessly pursuing the ball. These are the 9-time national champions, so they're not going quietly, ladies and gentlemen. We can only hope that United can pull off one more. Just get that second goal. Ball tapped away. Bavarians still control it. This is number 16, Mitchell Dryden. Dryden back to A.J. Wild. United doing a little ball hawking of their own, and it's out of play on the near side off of Bavarians. I thought it might have gone out, and Zach Heitkemper will have it and throw it in. Finds Katai in the middle of the park. Now Wild heads it forward. United still have it. Now Bavarians have it. This is number 13, Mateo Stoka. Stoka looking for some room. Comes in, knocks down Taylor Sowell, and Sowell keeps the ball at his feet and makes the play from on his knees, literally on his knees. Ball is here to Getzinger, and it comes back. That was Heitkemper trying to put a ball over the top to Katai. Now, United closing down the midfield, playing a very compact midfield. It's very tight and very centrally located. 5 across the middle. So they've kind of switched to a 4-5-1 here in some respects. United have it all alone, and the ball goes well away, and it's going to go out of play, far side, out of play. It'll be a throw-in deep away from where they were at. United just sort of clanging it around until they cleared it. Bavarians with a quick throw-in. That is Stoka. Striker. To Unger. And it's offside. Ball is offside on that play, and the game's 63rd minute of play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you already spotted it, but voting for the player of the game is now open on the social media platforms of your choice. If your choice is either Insta or Facebook or Twitter, X, whatever.
United have the ball. It'll be Zach Heitkemper taking this free kick. And again, United in no real hurry to take any free kick or throw in at this point. Katai, a ball goes to his outside, and it's too far. Katai looked over his left shoulder, but the ball was over his right shoulder and down the line, and it went out of play. He's having a word with the bench. P.J. Hamilton giving him a little water there. Number 88 tonight is Katai, wearing Josh Squires' number. Squires took a knock in the Green Bay Glory game and is still out. Christian Nijelek, he was suspended for the Adria game after picking up a red card in the Green Bay Glory game. He is unavailable at all today. And some of our players now returning back to their colleges. and unavailable for the squad. Nijelek is one of them. But Martin Montoya is here. Rory Carlson is here. Ball still chipped around as Bavarians United cannot clear the zone. Bavarians still with the ball. This is Stoka, my mistake. Katai playing kind of loose here on the near side, almost in front of me. Down in the corner, Bavarians look to cross, heading back post, and it's right there to Getzinger, and Getzinger clears it out to Katai, who traps it ever so briefly with his foot, rolls away from him a little bit, but he tries to go around the defender, and he gets cut off. I don't know why that was an obstruction, but since the defender jumped in front of him, and it looks like they are calling a foul. I believe they are calling a foul on that, an obstruction foul. Because the defender jumped in front of Katai to prevent him from getting to the ball and continue to play it forward, unless they're calling up. They're saying the ball went out of play. I didn't see it, but that's okay. You all probably saw it at home, wondering what I'm talking about. This will be number 8, Jonathan Herrera, back in the game for Bavarians as a couple of players substitute out. Quick throw in. It's Luke Knotts. Misplays the ball. And O'Donoghue tried for the quick play, and it comes back, and it's Tyler Villette. And there's Lucas Ortiz to go grab it way off his line and way to his right to prevent it. And here comes Ardit Abdullahi, number 42. Back in the game for him. Villette is back in. Joey Rodino is back in. Luke Knotts has always been in. He's never gone away. Bonavilla, the ball goes just out of play.
Message from your fans. It's
In case you're just joining us and haven't paid attention, it's 1-0 in favor of United. 1-0 in favor of United. Here come Bavarians back again. This is Service by himself. Ball blocked away by Lucas Ortiz. A great save. He went down and got it with his right foot, and it went trickling wide of the goal. It's a corner kick for Bavarians, but Serdil got around everybody and got a wide open shot. He had 24 by 8 in front of him and missed it. Kept the ball low as Lucas Ortiz went high. 1-0 in favor of United. Again, 1-0 in favor of United. And, all I'm going to say is, folks, we don't have a score bug. And when you have that, when you're doing kind of like the version of radio, you really can't mention the score every 5 minutes because people think you're crazy. They think you're not watching the game. They think that you think they haven't been paying attention. All that goes into what you hear here. You're here. I was British there and I didn't even know it. Long ball. He's got Getzinger, and the keeper comes way out of his line. Boy, if this is one the United can control and catch him off his line, he's way off. He's 18 yards off his line. He's playing top of the penalty area. A mistake anywhere here by Bavarians could be costly. Luke Knotts. This is number 19. That's Matthew Klon. Klon, right side, far side. Baylor Deneau tracking back to cover him. Luke Knotts. This is number 19. That's Matthew Klon. Still 1-0.
hydration break. So go get hydrated.
We've got hydration time here in DeKalb. 69th minute of play. Your score as we go for a little hydration of our very own here in the booth. United 1, Bavarians 0. You are. We've got hydration time here in DeKalb. 69th minute of play. Your score as we go for a little hydration of our You all the most important things. Oh, tonight is this afternoon is the 9th meeting all time between these two clubs. It is the second most. The opponent we faced the second most in club history. The first is RWB Adria, whom we faced 11 times over the years. But this is the only club of what we call the Chicago big clubs, or the Midwest big clubs, RWB Adria and Bavarians and Chicago House. The opponent we faced the second most in club history. The first is RWB Adria. From, I hate to say this because it's so popular these days that the latest thing that happened that's good is the greatest thing ever. And we did say against Chicago House, the manner by which we won after being totally embarrassed 3 weeks earlier by that club was our biggest win in club history. And at that time, it was. Should this scoreline hold, this would be the greatest victory in club history, especially coming after learning of our relegation. I hate to say this because it's so popular these days that the latest thing that happened that's good is the greatest thing ever. In by which we won after being totally embarrassed 3 weeks earlier by that club. If they should pull this victory off, it would really count as the greatest victory this team has ever achieved. But we still have 20 plus minutes of soccer, 20 on the clock. And they will have a goal kick, I believe, because the last shot was a shot over the bar, last touched by Bavarians. And so now it comes to Lucas Ortiz, who will take his time. You'll notice Ortiz and the rest of United will take their time on all free kicks, corner kicks, and other set plays because they're quite honestly, they don't need to rush. They don't need to hurry. And the enemy of United right now is time. Long ball, way long. The header goes over. Last touched by Bavarians, and so now it comes to Lucas Ortiz playing in the back. This is Liam O'Donoghue in the middle to Katai. Katai looks around, looking for a teammate. Now he dribbles between two, dribbles between three. Now he's looking for a teammate on the left-hand side. He's got it. Ball comes back to him. It's offside, though. Katai had a good idea. He gave the ball off and then made the run, but got in behind the defense, and he was not able to play himself back on side. So Bavarians have it again, and they'll start making their way up the pitch here. So long ball. It's offside. That was number 9, Antonio Pinto offside. And Liam O'Donoghue immediately recognized, put his arm up. But always got to be careful of that, putting your arm up, thinking that the assistant referee is going to agree with you. Keep playing through to the whistle. This is Luke Knotts. Here on the near side to Martin Montoya. Montoya gets it back, and a give and go back to Luke Knotts. Knotts, the ball taken away by Mateo Stoka. Stoka puts the ball across and goes all the way over to the far side where Bavarians has it again. This is number 3, Brayon Sarvis. Now up to Stoka, number 13. He's got number 20, Adrian Serdil. The referee's going to agree with you. Keep playing through to the whistle. This is Luke Knotts. Left side, right by the center stripe. He's got it. He puts it back toward the middle of the. But he was offside when the ball was played forward, so a little aggressiveness by United have resulted in a couple of offsides. There's number 10. That's Lucas Nessus trying to catch up with that one. He goes all the way over the byline for a goal kick, and United will again take their time in the 74th minute of play. Quarter hour left in this one, plus stoppage time. In case you're just joining us, DeKalb County United 1, Bavarians 0. Carter Adams coming here to the near side, or that's Tyler Villette receiving some instruction from. Little aggressiveness by United. Number 8 is Herrera. Herrera goes across in front of goal, and it's dribbled away, but it gets knocked out by United, and Ian Ferguson is out there. But didn't get it, but he had Martin Montoya all alone on the right-hand side, and Montoya would have had a clear shot right at goal. So Katai, understand what he saw, understand why he did it, but he had Martin Montoya on his right all alone and onside, and didn't see him. This is A.J. Wild now. In this one, United lead 1-0. This is Jacob Unger. Unger back to Wild. Wild to Brown. Closed down. In the middle, in the D. Long shot saved. The header, wide of goal. Lucas Ortiz is living with the Angels. Makes the first save, and for the 4th straight trip downfield, Bavarians get a shot on goal, but put the rebound wide or high of the net, and it's still a 1-0 ball game. Lucas Ortiz. Whatever he had for breakfast, Lucas, we all want some. Ortiz with a long ball. He's got Ian Ferguson, who gets chipped down a little bit. No call. Bavarians back at it again. They've got 5 up front. Ball chipped in toward the penalty area. Beats around, headed out. This is Luke Knotts now. Knotts has one on his right. That's Martin Montoya. Feeds it ahead. Oh, and he almost got it through. Almost got it through for Ian Ferguson. Just a hair off. He had the right idea, and he had the ball on the inside track to Ferguson, but it was a little too slow, and Bavarians cut it out. But the idea was good, and the execution just a slight bit off. Bavarians coming back again with a flurry. Baylor Deneau down there fighting off, and it goes out of play. It's a goal kick for United in the game's 78th minute. If you are having, I don't want to say struggling, if you are just on pins and needles watching this at home, being here, it's just as painting and as nerve-wracking. This is Rory Carlson coming into the game. Number 17, here in the 78th minute of play, looking to give a fresh set of legs up top. I believe he came in. No, Martin Montoya is still in. Headed forward. It's Montoya looking for a back heel. Ball comes dribbling loose. It comes to United. Ball here to Carlson. Carlson on your side. He's grabbed by his shoulder. Again, Bavarians doing everything they can. Ball is over the top looking for Ferguson. This time it's Martin Montoya racing around. He gets pushed off the play. Gets pushed off with an elbow. No call by the official in the penalty area. Okay. Bavarians come back again. They'll continue attacking. and they will continue to pressure United. Ball coming through. They're not getting much room to move at all. Dribbling around and kicked out by United. Martin Montoya spins around, gets a foot up, and it's a dangerous play against Montoya as they got hooked up there. Both he and number 19, Matthew Klon. Montoya got his foot way up in Klon's face, so that was dangerous play. No question about it. I'm not surprised they called it. And Ortiz comes out, and although I hate it, he just flops on the ball for no reason whatsoever other than to kill some time. You could stay there a few seconds longer there, Lucas. There's a play that fakes one defender out, and then he give it away. But it's Montoya that gets possession in the midfield. He turns again, gives it up to Luke Knotts. Knotts has it on the far side. It's Abdullah, number 42, has it. Gets it back to Baylor Deneau at the left back position. He'll come across to Ortiz. Ortiz boots a line drive into the midfield to Luke Knotts. Knotts gets it to Abdullah again, and Abdullah slides the ball forward, and it gets past Ian Ferguson, and Bavarians have it again. This is number 15. That's Ethan Walls. Ball dribbles around. Now A.J. Wild with it, number 6, the captain with the armband. Here on the near side, the number 5, Jacob Unger. A give and go goes awry, and United have it. And the ball gets kicked way ahead and way past Ian Ferguson, but that's okay. It's another time-wasting opportunity, a legal time-wasting opportunity, because Bavarians have to track back to go get it as the forwards start to come up. Forward line right now is Ferguson and Montoya playing toward the center of the park, and Carlson on this side. Katai has moved back into a left-wing midfield position at this moment. So playing back off the ball. They get the ball down on the wing. Baylor Deneau is out there to cover. Puts a foot out and tucks the ball straight up in the air where United headed forward. Katai has it. He's got it. He's got it by himself. He's going to try to go through 2 people. Oh, and he had a runner, but I think the runner was offside. But he had and was looking for Martin Montoya, who had broken in. Might have timed his run. From here, he was offside when I looked up, but he might have been onside at the time of the pass. Just hard to tell from here. Bavarians still have it, still trying to have it go through. That ball gets kicked out all the way back here to number 3. That's Brayon Sarvis. Now to Wild again. Wild into number 19. That's Matthew Klon. More back heel, and here's a long looping ball. As United right now, it's hard to tell if they're parking the bus, but they appear to be parking the bus. 82nd minute of play. They're giving up a lot to play everybody basically behind the ball as the Bavarians just weave their way through, and the ball comes through and hits the outside of the net. Bavarians just off a little bit. And United have another play. Liam O'Donoghue is here on the near side. He's got his shoe off, so he's out of the game. He might be out for the rest of the game. Might have picked up a minor knock. He's got his shoe off and just came away from the trainer's table. Don't know if he'll be back in the game or not. In the game's 83rd minute, Lucas Ortiz puts his arms up. He gets a long boot well over the center circle, looking for Katai. Joey Rodino puts it back up the touchline. Ian Ferguson with it, trying to get it, goes out of play off of United. Now it'll be Bavarians with Wild picking up the ball here in the middle of the defensive third. He's got Unger here on the near side, number 5. Trying to weave through the center of the park. They get the ball up the right wing. That's the way they've been attacking almost all game long, is up the right wing, attacking Deneau and Rodino back there. But it's Baylor Deneau again. Ian Ferguson, ball gets headed out of play by Bavarians. This will be a throw-in for United. They'll take a second or two to go get it.
This whole season, this soccer club are not a strong, sterling work.
80, coming up right now, 84th minute of play. Ball coming back. Bavarians have it. It's Abdullah. Abdullah takes the ball away. He has it and fouled from behind by Bavarians yet again. And United will have a free kick down in their own defensive third in front of the Bavarians bench in the 84th minute of play.
To Zach, to Blaze, to DJ and William, Jackie, Cindy, Jen, Katie, Ryan, best in the business, Brian Martin. Of course, John Hall and Jerry Hall.
Long ball, way over the top. Bavarians are going to head that away. But it comes up to Abdulai. Abdulai possesses. He goes past one, can't get around the other. Rory Carlson is pressing. Ball out off of Carlson to be a throw in for Bavarians. Getting ready for rolling into the 85th minute of play here in DeKalb. 1-0 in favor of United on a 50-something minute. I didn't even write it down. 50th minute goal by Jack Bonavia. Off the shot, off the crossbar that grazed the crossbar and went across the face of goal. And Bonavia tracking behind on the far post, put it home. Now it's Unger on the near side. Over comes Martin Montoya. Now back to number 19, that's Matthew Klon. Klon trying to get into the center of the park and try to lift it in, and United block it again. This is number 10, Lucas Nesthus. Gets it back out. Ball comes all the way back to the Husky logo, 35 yards from goal. Bavarians still looking for a way in. And intercepted. And Katai is off to the races. The goalkeeper is out of his goal, and he gets the ball played over here to Wild on this side. But Frankie Pinto is playing, 40 yards off his line? This is Unger at the corner. To Klon. Klon's looping toward the back post. Headed away. Blocked. And Martin Montoya tracks it down. The ball goes out of play off of Bavarians, and it goes for United throw-in. 86th minute of play. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, the clock never ticks any slower or any faster, but boy, does it feel like this clock is just taking its sweet old time. And once again, the fans have mentioned that Trey Gora is the player of the game. And once again, I'll have to disagree with our fans because the player of the game clearly is Jack Bonavia with the goal. And Gora has not been as much a factor in terms of me calling his name for a good defensive play as, say, Baylor Deneau, whose name I've called a number of times. Liam O'Donoghue has been called many, many times. O'Donoghue's blocked about 3 or 4 shots. So I realize it's the fans' call, but I'm going to disagree this time. It's Jack Bonavia in my case. Double player of the game if we win, because it will be one of the biggest goals in United history. Looking into the penalty area, goes through, it tips off and away, and it'll be a corner kick for Bavarians. 2 draws and 6 losses in 8 games is what the record is as of right now. This is number 9, game number 9. Bavarians have to go all the way down into the corner to get this one in. We're in the 87th minute of play, getting close to the 88th minute of play. This will be number 8, and that will be Jonathan Herrera down in the corner to the left of Lucas Ortiz, to our left, and to the right of goal as we look at it. Herrera's ball to the back post gets headed back across and headed out by United. And Martin Montoya just takes it and launches it downfield. Katai chasing after the keeper, and now they start heading the ball around back there and not getting it under control. As Bavarians, this is Ethan Walls here on the near side, looking for AJ Wild. Now back to Sarvis. Bavarians being patient, hoping they can lull United, and there's a ball that's going to go out off Bavarians. A ball that was banked off of the Bavarians player by a United player. They're going to take their time in the games. We are now in the 89th minute of play. 2 more minutes left in regulation plus stoppage time. The hydration break was maybe 90 seconds. There have been no injuries. There have been no cards. There have been no unnatural stoppages of play, or I should say unnaturally long stoppages of play. Montoya comes away with it. He's hawked from behind, and Martin Montoya continues through the midfield. Ball bouncing around now. United now starting to track back and retain their shape. They've played almost everybody behind the ball for most of the last 10 or 12 minutes as Bavarians have put on the pressure. This is Wild. Far side, looking for Sarvis. Sarvis gets Rory Carlson down in the corner with him. Feeds back out. It's deflected way up in the air, and Rory Carlson will punch it back out, and it's going to come here, it looks like, to Martin Montoya. Is that Montoya? Yes, it is. One-on-one with Wild. He's got Katai in front of him. Katai racing toward the ball, but the goalkeeper is going to be there. It bounces off of him to Martin Montoya. Montoya has it. Now it comes back to Mitchell Dryden. United have been caught a little bit out of alignment here. This is Sir Dill on this side. He turns. He's going to fire from there. He's going to try to fire, and he's blocked again. And it's kicked well away. It's coming to Katai now. One-on-one with his man. Katai turns. He's got nobody to help. He's got Martin Montoya way back here, but Montoya not racing and running at this particular point, which is fine. We are in the game's 90th minute. We are 26 seconds away from the end of first half regulation time. Second half, game time. Boy, these games are exciting. We love it. Bavarians still have it. We'll have to see what the assistant referee says in terms of time remaining in the game. Three minutes, it looks like. 3 minutes of stoppage time here in the second half. It's 3 minutes. United have to hold on for 3 minutes. Lucas Ortiz with the ball. United 3 minutes away from their greatest victory ever.
Some of you may have been paying attention. This could be a seismic victory in the history of our club, so please make some noise. It's been 7 years in the making.
Long ball over the top. It's Montoya tracking back with Wild, who heads it back to his keeper. That's Frankie Pinto. Pinto rolls it out. United trying to stay in this game. 3 minutes of time. We don't have a clock on this. We just know there are 3 minutes. Ball is pushed from behind by United. It's a foul, and there'll be a free kick about 50 yards from goal, straight on. United just quickly get it to Wild, who chips it over in the corner. This is number 15. That's Ethan Walls. Walls looking back post, can't get there, but Lucas Ortiz does, and then slides to his backside to hold on to the ball, and then he rolls over and lays on it. You hate it unless we're doing it. I don't like it, but it's a legal time waster, and that's fine. Ball is ahead off the shoulder of a Bavarians player. We don't know how much time is left. We'll know when the referee blows the whistle. We can guess. Katai comes all the way back and steals it and weaves through the defense and then puts the ball out on the far side between the legs of Ian Ferguson. It'll be a throw-in for Bavarians. We're at least 1 minute into second half stoppage time. Probably got 2 minutes or thereabouts left to go. And remember, if there's any delays here, those delays will add stoppage time to stoppage time. Long ball looking for Ortiz, and he comes up and claims with Serdil back there on the back post, lurking, hoping for a misplay. But Lucas Ortiz has been absolutely brilliant this afternoon. He's come out and done anything. And Nick Miles, our PA announcer, says it's his man of the match. And I got to say, I hadn't thought about it, but he has had 4 or 5 saves, and the follow-up shots have all been put out of play by Bavarians. So here's Luke Knotts. He gets it through the midfield. And he tries to just swing at it, and he misses it, but Bavarians don't get it. Knotts has it again. This time it's Abdullahi sticking a foot in, but a foul here. Bavarians put it back in play quickly. It's Serdil looking for a teammate. Ortiz comes over and blocks the shot. Lucas Ortiz. What a play by Lucas Ortiz. Coming off his line and deflecting the ball away, and the ball goes all the way out. It's on a throw-in for Bavarians way back at the center line. And they'll make the play. Lucas Ortiz, absolutely phenomenal this afternoon. I'm changing my vote. That's your man of the match right there. He's had 5 or 6 tremendous saves and has done a terrific job. And they had the keeper way out of goal. And that's it. It's over. United have won their greatest victory in club history. A 1-0 victory over Bavarians. It's a great way to end the season. A first ever victory against the 9-time national champions, and it couldn't have come on a better day. Final score here in DeKalb. DeKalb County United 1, Bavarian Soccer Club 0. the greatest victory in club history, and you saw it right here on the DeKalb County United YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to make it real quick here because we just have one thing to announce, and that the only goal of the game on 50 minutes by Jack Bonavia, putting home a rebound shot off a ball that Luke Knotts put off the crossbar, and that is how we end it. 1-0. Shots on goal in the game. United had 5. Bavarians had 6. Bavarians 6 corner kicks to United's none. But where it counts on the scoreboard, Bonavia's 50th minute goal puts us in the 1-0 victory. So for all of us here at DeKalb County United, the volunteers, the coaches, the players, the board, the staff, we thank you all for joining us on these broadcasts this season. We'll be back better and bigger than ever in 2026. Hope to see you there as we go to the second division and look to dominate that competition in 2026. For all of us here at DeKalb County United, we wish each and every one of you good night, good soccer. We'll see you in 2026. And once again, your final score here from DeKalb, DeKalb County United 1, Bavarians 0.